Over the past 6 months, I've been working 4 to 8 hours a day, every day on a SaaS that I've been building secretly. Today, I'll show you how I built this thing using only 4 main tools, and I'll show you as I'm working on a new feature.
Life is a delicious drink that you have to suck deep.
I usually work out before I have breakfast and start working, but today's my rest day, so I'm staying in this morning. The SaaS is all about science-based medical research and advice. My number one goal and priority with this product is to make sure that all the data being shown to users only ever comes from medical research. And building from this strong foundation, I'm able to get creative and imagine new tools and features that I can add. Last month, I was working on building a database browser of medical research, basically a tool that allows users to search for any medical term. It could be a medical condition like acne, diabetes, depression, acid reflux, or a treatment ranging from specific diets, exercise, lifestyle changes, supplements, pharmaceuticals, and many more. But what makes MyChemistry.ai different is that you get a quick summary of the studies that pop up. You'll be able to see that this treatment for this condition showed this percentage of improvement for this many people according to this study. That way you can keep browsing hundreds of studies really quick, and you can even filter to only see non-pharmaceutical options, for example. Personally, I suffered from chronic acid reflux up until I found a simple device that has an almost perfect rate of curing acid reflux in. But I spent years suffering because the research for it was just buried underneath this gigantic pile of big pharma research. Fun fact, I ran an experiment where I collected thousands of papers for random medical conditions and just picking whatever research comes up first without any rules. And it turns out that almost 80% of all medical research is only done in the context of studying a pharmaceutical drug, which means that lifestyle changes, diet, and exercise are severely underrepresented in the literature. Even though anyone that's healthy will tell you they're not healthy because of the medicine that they take, but because of the lifestyle they choose to live. Anyways, that was a tangent. Back to the SaaS at hand. I mentioned earlier that I'm using my medical research collection and analysis pipeline as a strong foundation to build features and tools on top of. Well, building new features is just what I'm doing today. I'm working on a brand new tool for a brand new niche of users I want to attract. Right now, the website is perfect for medical researchers. Let's say that someone wanted to learn about the latest treatments for a condition. There's an option where they can select how many papers they want my custom AI to analyze for them, 100, 200, or even 1,000, it doesn't matter. And the AI will fetch all this research and analyze it for the user in real time. So with this new update, I'm expanding MyChemistry's toolbox to include regular people who would like to take back control over their own health. People like me. I'm building an interactive way to keep a stored record of users' health data. Sounds simple, which it is, but I want to gamify the whole process. Medical stuff is always associated with hospitals, doctor office visits, emergency rooms, which brings about a deep feeling of unease and stress. My goal with MyChemistry is to peel that layer of stress back and bring about a layer of empowerment. You are in control of your health. This is not scary, it's empowering. So my idea is to build a minimalistic design of a human body with all the main organs in it, so that when a user uploads some lab data, they can see exactly which organ's health does that data measure and what do those measurements mean. Hypothetically, if you did a whole body comprehensive lab test, you could clearly visually see which of your organs are doing well, which are not, and why. So now let me tell you what I use to build this entire SaaS. To build the backend part, which is the stuff under the hood that users don't see, like the database and the logic to collect and process papers, all I needed to build all of that was just Claude, VS Code, Git, and Claude Code. I use Claude to discuss and debate ideas, come up with plans, roadmaps, and most importantly, educate myself on topics I don't understand. VS Code is the main bread and butter of the SaaS. Nowadays, there are so many options to create apps and websites using AI tools like Lovable or Bubble, for example. These tools are useful for building a small website, but if you aspire to build a SaaS, you're going to have to learn to do it directly in VS Code, and your perfect companion there is Claude Code. You can see what changes it's doing as it does them. You can ask questions about how your code works. You can ask it to review your code base for errors. You can plan new features with it. It's amazing and a must if you want to move fast towards a final product. You're also going to need Git. It's basically your browser history for VS Code, so that if you or Claude Code end up breaking everything, you can just rewind back to a save point where your software still worked. Kind of like saving the game before fighting an enemy you know is going to destroy you, so that you don't have to restart from a save that was 30 minutes ago and replay the whole thing again. Right now I have two windows opened on my computer screen. One is Claude Code, building the backend of a new feature. The other window is Figma, a tool that allows me to draw those minimalistic style organs I was talking about earlier. Figma is extremely powerful. You can design website UIs and even animations in a very intuitive way. I use it for character design, and I'm sure that I'll be using it for animations soon enough. But I don't use it for front-end UI design. For that, I came up with this pretty cool technique. To draft UIs, I asked the regular Claude, not Claude Code, to show me a few design prototypes based on my vision for the look of the website. Then I keep refining the details with Claude until I'm satisfied with the final results. Finally, all I have to do is copy and paste the UI's HTML file into Claude Code and ask it to implement it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, I know your granny wants me. Just tell her I'm busy. Another cool tip I'd like to share with you is the best way to use Claude Code. Hey, so we're at the whiteboard here, and I'm just going to explain what I mean by that in more details. So, what you want to do in Claude Code, you want to open a Claude Code window in plan mode, and we're going to call that Claude window, a mastermind Claude. It's a mastermind Claude because it's going to discuss and plan how we're going to implement our new idea or feature, or whatever it is that you want to build. So once you've discussed it with Claude, it's going to give you a plan. You're going to copy and paste this plan, and you're going to give it to another Claude Code window also opened in plan mode. So it's going to be another mastermind Claude. You're going to ask this mastermind Claude to review the plan of the previous Claude. It's going to find bugs, errors, that sort of things. Almost, I guarantee you, it's going to find a few mistakes. So it's a very good practice to give that first plan to a second Claude for review. Then, if you're satisfied with the plan, you then give it to a worker Claude. It's called a worker Claude because this is the Claude that's actually going to code. These Claudes, these mastermind Claudes, they were just planning. This Claude right here is coding. So you let it code the new feature, and once it's done, you ask that mastermind Claude to review this Claude's work. So what it's going to do then is it's going to take the plan that it gave you, and then it's going to compare it against the new files that were created or edited. And it's going to tell you whether the plan was well followed or not. So then it's going to give you its output. It's going to say, hey, I think the plan was done perfectly well, or hey, there are a few mistakes, here's how to fix them. Then you take those mistakes, those things that still need improvement, and you either give them to this Claude again or to a whole new Claude window. But it's going to be a worker Claude, so worker Claude 4, for example. So I hope this makes sense. And if you follow this plan, you're going to be able to code new features that are bug-free from the start. Trust me, I spent weeks having to solve bugs that could have been totally avoided had I been double-checking and triple-checking my AI's plan and quality of work. My long-term vision for MyChemistry is to extend beyond just showing raw medical studies, but to make this research more accessible to people who suffer from chronic illnesses, whose quality of life is getting crushed because of it, and also to doctors, so that they can keep up to date with the latest medical information and treatments. I think I'm still very far from having a final product that does everything I have in mind, but we're getting there. Big shout out to the people who commented on the last video. That was super encouraging. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to the people who liked and subscribed as well. That's equally just as important. You guys feel free to do the same thing again on this video. I'll appreciate that a lot. But anyways, I just hope that this video was enjoyable, that you liked the format, and that you maybe learned a thing or two. That's what matters to me. And of course, make sure that you don't forget.
Life is a delicious drink that you have to suck deep.